And I might maybe answer this question, James, putting client preferences aside, costs maybe even, and sort of focus also on projects that are going into the execution phase rather than sort of in the development phase. Because I guess Abel sort of covered the development phase, and I definitely like the tools for assessing options and those sorts of things. But once we actually decide what we want to build, um, then going into execution. From a project management perspective, Andrew's already sort of mentioned this, but I like the idea of AI add-ons. So things like scheduling and risk and those sorts of things. But what I'm also personally interested in, because I come from a contracts background as well, is contract management systems using AI. Again, it's very process driven. So I think there's a big future for using AI tools in that space. And like I mentioned earlier, building virtual support teams where, again, you can sort of offload some of those more repetitive type tasks, and leave the humans to make the decisions that they need to make as the project progresses. In an engineering and construction context, I want to sort of bring up things like digital twins. I guess they've sort of been around for a while, and certainly 3D models and all that has been around for quite some time. But how that sort of moves forward into virtual reality, and then how that is used in terms of visualizing an overall site and how it gets built, how that's then used post-construction in operator training and all those sorts of things. That's certainly something that's going to be very interesting over the next sort of 5 to 10 years, and that's really cool. I see a lot of good things happening there. And then more into the construction side, how you might actually simulate some of the big lifts and craneage operations that carry a bit of risk and safety issues and those sorts of things. So I think that's really exciting as well. And then I guess maybe some sort of other more mundane or more sort of basic sort of task is how we manage logistics of deliveries, in a finance world, even how we can look at optimizing how much tax we pay and reducing costs of things that are coming from overseas. So whether AI can sort of assess a lot of those sorts of options and use, like Andrew said, we use it day to day in terms of Google Maps and whatnot, but how can we use that in a project setting to drive good decision making and ultimately save costs on a project and time?